Go exercise 85, 86, 89 and 90. Truth has been divided into three kinds: truth about things, truth of thought about things, and truth in the accurate expression of thought about things. According to ancient authorities, truth could be said to be a correspondence between thought and thing. It seems perfectly easy for anyone to think accurately about a thing with which he is quite well acquainted. But the case is not quite so simple as that, and there is, without doubt, a great deal to be said before it can be called simple. Suppose an unfortunate accident occurred in a London street, and that 6 people witnessed the accident and were asked to relate exactly what had happened. It is quite certain that we should receive different accounts from each of them. The result would not be a correspondence between thought and the thing thought about, and so the statements would not be true. It is to be regretted that limited space prevents a more extended argument, though we could extend it if we cared to do so. Para. It has been maintained that certainty does not admit of degrees of any kind, that there can be no shade of difference in the intensity of our certainty. But let us see, a man may be certain that he settled his debt with his tailor on the 10th of October and in cash, or that he paid his local rates on demand. But is this certainty equalled by the certainty with which he knows that 3 and 4 make 7, or that heat will melt butter? Interrogation. Is there not a great difference? Para. If the little stones which you have rolled from under your feet were able to speak, they would relate to you a great story. The story of this old world of ours, as it was thousands of years ago. They cannot, however, and the story will not be told by them. But let us suppose that one particular pebble could talk, and that it seized the opportunity to do so. It would tell you and the other gentlemen of your party of changes in climate, great made upheavals when the mighty ocean turned to dry land, and the highest hills and the hard rocky mountains tottered and fell towards the sea and became indeed the sea bottom. If we listened as a child might listen to the story told by the pebble, we might learn of the movements which are even now tending to turn parts of the earth into more habitable places and other parts into desolate wastes. Para. Quite early in man's attempt to penetrate into the great secrets of the earth, when he tried to find its hidden treasures of gold and diamonds for the purposes of trade, he learned one important fact, namely that it grows hotter as you descend. This is evident also from the hot springs found in different parts of the world, and still more evident from the volcanoes which, when violently active, pour out molten rock until it covers the country around to a thickness of many feet. A great authority on the subject has asserted that there are slight earth tremors every quarter of an hour. The hand of man seems weak indeed when we think of the wondrous power of these mighty forces. Please listen violently please listen violently in place of violently. Thank you.